Thanks, Brian. Lawmakers in the state of Ohio at odds over the future of education. The state's House of Representatives passed measures to create a merit-based pay system that would reward good teachers and protect the good teachers when budget cuts demanded layoffs. But the state Senate stripped those provisions, forcing school districts to consider seniority only. So what does this mean for kids in Ohio? Former D.C. Schools Chancellor Michelle Rhee is the founder of Students First, which aims to defend the interests of children in public education. She joins us from D.C. Good morning to you, Michelle.
Good morning.
Okay, so in Ohio, the House, along with the governor, John Kasich, they'd come up with this thing where if it wouldn't be based on seniority anymore, the last hired, first fired thing. They were making real progress, and now it's been snatched out of there by the Senate. You got to be disappointed.
Well, I actually think that the legislature is going to be able to work this out. There is a tremendous amount of support for the concept of looking at quality instead of seniority as it pertains to layoffs. And people across the state of Ohio, including teachers and parents, are speaking out in favor of this. They know that the most important thing for kids is to have a great teacher in front of them. And so I have a lot of faith that they're going to be able to work this out.
So when they talk about making a merit performance based, what would that mean?
That means that we are going to make decisions in the unfortunate cases of a school district having to lay teachers off. Mm-hmm. We're going to be making those decisions based on quality. So looking at evaluations, how effective are the teachers with their students, and ensuring that we're saving the great teachers.
Well, that's what we all want, especially during these tough times. Let me ask you this. What states are making headway in making sure that the best teachers are in front of our kids?
Well, we are thrilled because this year we've been working with states across the nation, and many of them have repealed their last in, first out policies. So Florida was one of the first to do so. Indiana and Tennessee followed suit recently. Nevada did so. And what we feel really good about is the fact that this is being done in a bipartisan way. So in Nevada, there's a Democratic legislature cooperated with the Republican Governor Brian Sandoval there to get the job done. So increasingly, I think that there is a real understanding from both sides of the party line that this is a policy that is not good for kids and really needs to be looked at.
You know what? Have you noticed that it feels like in this country we've kind of reached a tipping point where people are realizing, hey, wait a minute, we don't have to do it that way. If a teacher is good and got hired 15 seconds ago, we should be able to keep them in lieu of somebody who maybe has been there for a while and is not performing in front of our children, or somebody who was just hired and, isn't doing well. Things are changing, aren't they?
Things are definitely changing. I mean, those last in, first out policies have been sitting on the books in states for 30 some odd years. And we have seen a tremendous sea change. So just in December, when I started Students First, there were only 3 states that mandated that layoffs be done by quality instead of seniority. Our goal at Students First was to increase that number to at least 9. We're already there, and we've got states like Michigan who are looking at it next week, and we look forward to passing legislation in that state next week. So we're going to actually exceed that goal. And I think it's because parents and teachers are speaking up and saying, you know what, that policy doesn't make sense for us as teachers in this profession. It doesn't make sense for kids in schools. And so because they're speaking up to their politicians and saying, you've got to change these laws, I think it's making a difference.
And one other note about teachers in the state of New Jersey, teachers along with other state employees are going to have to start paying for a portion of their health care and make a bigger contribution to their pensions as well. In a bill that's just waiting for Chris Christie to sign in Trenton. All right. Michelle Rhee, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right. A dozen